Alex, we start with you.
Yeah, so Chicago police will release the official numbers tomorrow morning, but our very own NewsNation research team has been tracking crime here in the Windy City day in and day out, hour by hour, and it really has proven to be a very violent weekend here in Chicago. There were a number of shootings, assaults, and murders that happened over the Labor Day weekend, including some that involved minors, dozens that are now hospitalized, and at least one 17-year-old boy that's said to be in critical condition. Recent counts show that this holiday weekend will even surpass last year, where there were more than 30 people that were shot. So, according to our NewsNation research team, since Friday, there were at least 31 shootings, at least 50 people shot, and at least 8 people now are said to be dead. And those numbers are likely to go up when those CPD official counts come out tomorrow morning. Regardless, both Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker continue to push back against the Trump administration and tout those year-to-date crime statistics, which shows that violent crimes are improving here in the Windy City just this year. So, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker continues to call for an end to Trump's threat to send in the National Guard. However, over this weekend, he did concede that federal law enforcement, like the FBI and the ATF, could be used to effectively clean up the streets. As for Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, he signed the Protecting Chicago executive order this weekend, which reaffirms the basic constitutional rights of everyday Chicagoans, while also demanding President Trump refrain from deploying federal military assets into the city. Take a listen.
We take these threats seriously, and we find ourselves in a position where we must take immediate, drastic action to protect our people from federal overreach. This sweeping executive order directs our Department of Law to pursue any and every legal mechanism to hold this administration accountable for violating the rights of Chicagoans.
And as you can see, a ton of people already gathering here on the streets of Chicago. This is all for the Workers Over Millionaires protest. It's one of several that are happening all across the country. Mayor Brandon Johnson is expected to speak. The stage is right here behind me. We have our news cameras trained on that podium. As soon as he speaks, we're going to be listening, because most assuredly, if we get a chance to ask questions, it's going to all be about the violent crime that we saw happening right here in Chicago over the weekend.
Yes, so waiting on the mayor out there, Alex. I know you spoke to some of the union leaders out there. What are they saying about the possibility of the feds coming?
Yeah. Right, this is primarily, at its core, a labor rally meant to highlight the work of laborers like teachers, nurses, and other members of the Teamsters Union. But you can clearly tell that the conversation has shifted, or at least blurred in part, to talk a little bit about this new conversation, which is about the possibility of federal assets, the National Guard, or Immigration and Customs Enforcement coming to Chicago beginning as soon as tomorrow. And so I asked the president of the Teachers Union about that, framing the question around the fact that we did see minors that were involved in violent crimes, including that 17-year-old I mentioned, that's now in critical condition. And she told me that most certainly it is a tragedy what we saw, but she shifted the conversation and again echoed the mayor's talking points, which is that they don't want the National Guard or federal assets here in the city. Instead, they want to see federal investment into what they seem and what they believe to be proven solutions, like youth outreach programs, as well as crime prevention programs. Take a listen to the president of the Teachers Union.
There's a difference between National Guardsmen versus other federal assets that might be effective, thinking about the FBI or the ATF that can help get guns off the streets. Would you welcome that sort of federal intervention?
They're already here. We've had those people here in Chicago for a very long time. This is about intimidation. This is about separation. In the labor movement, we depend on solidarity. You can be young, you can be old, you can be black, you can be white, you can be a citizen, you can be an immigrant, you can be gay, you can be transgendered, or you can be straight. We believe that that is the solidarity that unites us, that democratizes this space. That's our work in this moment.
And I can hear that microphone blasting behind me, which means this rally has officially started. Again, primarily a labor rally. We'll have to wait and see whether or not they address the potential federal assets that comes to Chicago. After this rally takes place, after Mayor Brandon Johnson speaks, well, then the march begins. They're going to do a 3-mile loop around the city, passing right by, conveniently, the Tesla location here in Chicago. Again, Workers Over Millionaires is the name of this rally.
All right, Alex Caprariello live here in Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.